I remind them that they have to be creative too, because getting a dog to start a behavior is the hardest part, in my opinion. Because if you're taking something, if I want a dog to stand on a box, right? They have no idea what this box means to them. So I have to start associating, using this law of association, that this box has a lot of value. And so sometimes I'll just like pick up the box, I'll set it down, and then I'll say cook, and then I'll hand them a treat. And they're like, and then I'll pick it up and I'll set it down, and I'll say cook, and I'll hand them a treat. And they're like, and I'll pick it up, I'll put it down, and then they walk over to the box, and then I was like, cook, and then I give them a treat. And then they like put a paw on the box, and I say cook. And sometimes this is like that kindergarten, first grade, second grade type mentality. And whenever you're learning something new, you have to start off at kindergarten.
Welcome back to the Intelligent Conversations podcast. Today, I have the honor to learn from Brady Foulk. Brady is a global keynote speaker, entrepreneur, and dog training expert that has trained hundreds of people live on dog training, life, and psychology. Brady is a passionate and knowledgeable dog trainer that has fostered a community of dog enthusiasts that helps them train their dog. This conversation I had with Brady was fascinating, to say the least. We talked dogs, so for those of you that love animals and all that, there's some really cool stories that he shares in there and the strategies he uses to do that. We also talked about some of the things that we can translate into our lives as well, and how we can influence and become better human beings. I don't want to spoil any of the rest of the show, so without further ado, let's welcome Brady Foulk to the show. I'm excited. I do this podcast for 3 reasons. Number 1, I try to keep the audience in mind. Number 2, I hope you have a great experience. And then number 3, this is kind of my selfish reason, and that's I got to learn from fascinating people like yourself. So thank you for taking the time to come on today.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure. I'm thinking about starting my own podcast as well, and those would be the same reasons I would do it.
Oh, trust me, it's fun. You get to learn from just incredible people. And what kind of podcast are you thinking of starting? Just out of curiosity.
More about dog training.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm figuring out kind of like how to do it specifically. I thought about just having people come on and share with me their challenges, their obstacles, and then we create a plan together and kind of talk about some of the background of it, but not like any actual dog training, just kind of like planning it out, what it would look like in my brain, you know?
It's a good approach. So kind of like, this is like a different category, but like the finance where like the Dave Ramsey and those guys where they have people call in.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah. There's a Netflix show. Exactly.
I don't know what to do. And then you kind of help them out, guide them through the process, and kind of give those hard truths like, hey, this is what you got to do.
Yeah. Set a time frame. Like, okay, this isn't going to be like you're paying off all your debt tonight. Like this is going to be, you dug yourself a hole here.
Does dog training take that long then to kind of get up? Like, does it take that long of time, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
There's 2 laws I really believe in, and that's the law of association, which, as it sounds like, dogs, humans, we're all associating things, emotions to stimulus all the time. And then there's the law of repetition. And the law of repetition says that you got to do things over and over again until it sticks. So dog training for me is like going to the gym. It's something that, yes, you could go get really strong, really fast in maybe like 6 months. Maybe you could do it even shorter than that, depending on what your background looks like. But if you don't use it, you lose it. So you have to have some sort of routine built in.
I've never heard that before. Like I've always heard just get them trained. But also like the comparison there, that's where you need to continually work out. It makes sense now that you say it out loud, right? But I think some people just don't think about that.
Yeah, my goal when I take on any client is to not be their savior, but to show them how to be their own savior. And so it's to teach them when they run into a problem, how to critically think and how to say, okay, this is what my dog's doing. This is what I want them to do. And this is what I got to associate together. And this is how I got to shape it.
So giving them the power to make the decision. That's cool.
Well, yeah, because dogs are always changing. Like there's always like you and I, like we're going to run into more problems. And the goal is to have better problems. Like the other day I was talking to my uncle and I was like, man, I have so many people calling and texting me right now for like dog training clients. And I feel a little overwhelmed. And it's a better problem though than not having anyone text me for dog training. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You probably, when you initially started, probably had that other problem where it's like, how do I get people to text me in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're almost in the opposite situation. Like, okay, how do I balance that out? So how have you gone about working through that then?
Yeah, it's being mindful of my language and my physiology and my focus. So I will use contrast a lot. So as you just heard, I'll say, well, is this better or worse than the other problems that I've had? And I'm like, well, this is better. Okay, so I can find some gratitude in this problem. And then I'll look at my language and I won't say like I have to do this thing. I'll say like I get to. I'm blessed to do this. I'm so blessed to have people asking me, what do I do with my dog? Or have people saying like my dog's doing so great at this or whatever it may be. I am blessed to have this opportunity where people want to communicate with me. So I reframe that. And then like my physiology, if I catch myself like slumped over, like breathing heavy, I'm like, oh, woe is me, like suffering. I'm like, okay, like I tell people like Taylor Swift, shake it off a little bit, take a deep breath, blow it out, reset, smile, like check how you're sitting, and that's going to affect your energy levels too. Those are 3 simple things that I do.
I've never heard the like how you sit. I mean, obviously, like the body language when you're slumped just kind of gives that message to not just yourself but to others that hey, I'm not doing too hot right now. But like even just the other aspects you're saying there.
It's huge in dog training too, because you take the dog's temp. And if the dog is like their eyes are down, their tail's not wagging, their ears are down, the dog's not having much fun. And I love learning. And I found that learning happens best when I'm in like a happy state, not like school. I figured out school is like the worst way to learn.
No, I agree with you 100% there.
Yeah.
Just, put you in a room with 30 other kids that, be quite frank, some of them don't even want to be there either. And then they'd have someone in the front just spewing out information, maybe writing stuff down. And you have to write stuff down. It's just, it's really terrible. Yeah, just like you said, the repetition, I get like the purpose of it, but there's got to be a better way. That's what learning is. Learning should be fun and should stimulate the mind to go and seek out more. Yeah. And you'll be okay with the repetition that may occur every day.
Yeah, we can talk about that too, because I used to go to the gym a lot. I don't go to the gym anymore, but I found that I love jujitsu, and jujitsu is a fantastic workout, and it's like a chess match for my brain. So it's wonderful.
Oh, that's cool. And I like that you took the approach of finding something different, because that's something I wholeheartly agree. Is everyone says like, oh, I don't like sports, or oh, I don't like working out. I'm like, no. There's always one thing for you. Because like, even if it's like curling, I'm like, that's a sport, bro. Like, it's a skill-based sport. It requires a lot of skill and like
so much
brains and like strategy. Like, that's your thing, go for it. I get if you don't like, the typical football, basketball, baseball, the American pastimes, but that's okay. Like, go find something and be active, because being healthy and just being out there is, I think, healthy to begin with.
Yeah, the point for me is to build a lifestyle, something that I can like maintain and sustain forever. And like for me, it's important to play. I don't know if there's anyone else out there like that I'm trying to like connect with my inner child a little bit more and just continue to be playful. I want to do parkour too.
Parkour. Yeah, that's a Office meme, isn't it?
Exactly. So that's how I think about dog training too. Like all of our training are done in games, and like we play hide and seek where the dogs stay in their crate and then I go hide in the house and then I call them using their recall word and I say pup, pup, pup. and they come and find me. And so we're working on recall. We're working on impulse control. We're working on separation anxiety. We're working on crate training, because after they find me, I knock on the wall and I go back to your crate. And then they sprint back to their crate and I go back with them and I toss a treat in their crate. And so they're learning how to like run as fast as they can to find me. They're learning how to run as fast as they can back to the crate. There's so many different things, and it's a fun game. It's amazing. They're like, can we play? I'm like, yeah, we can play.
Oh, that's cool. So is there similarities you found, just not, I mean, obviously with dog training, but with other people as well? Like, are there things that maybe you would incorporate that maybe gets us more excited to do some of those maybe boring tasks?
Yes. Yeah. Training and working with the human is almost more important than the dogs, because there's a lot of things I can do, and yet I have to convince and influence you to show you how fun training can be, you know? So part of my job is, yes, using pain and pleasure to make change a must. And it's asking you like, what's happening with your dog right now? Where can't you go? What can't you do? What have you been embarrassed about in the past? What has been frustrating you? What are some obstacles happening? And then to show people the pleasure of what it's like to have a trained dog, the places you can go, where you can see. Like most people, they want to give their dogs everything. And that's what I want for my dog too. And if you have a relationship, a connection, you don't just have a better trained dog, you have a dog that you're connected with, that focuses on you, it's thoughtful, and they're reliable. Man, it's a dream come true. It's the coolest gift that you could ever give yourself.
So why dogs then? Like over cats? I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
Oh, I don't care, any animal. So the training that I do, I have 2 guinea pigs as well. And so I teach them how to do certain things too. Like if we knock on their side of the crate, they'll run down. It's a 2-story. They're living in luxury, man.
Oh, yeah. They're spoiled, right?
Super. If we knock on the side of their crate, they'll run down their stairs and they know that they're about to get fed. Or if we go, they'll run up to like the 3rd story and then they know they're going to get some cilantro or bell peppers up there. And I'm teaching them how to follow a target stick right now, which is, it's a stick with a little ball on the end of it. It just teaches them to touch their nose to it. And they're just brilliant. All animals can learn. All animals are brilliant. I've trained a pig how to paint, and she has raised over $10,000 for this nonprofit.
What?
So.
Get out of here. Wait, a pig that like paints?
A potbelly pig, Cashew. She's brilliant.
What?
Yeah.
That's mind blowing. Yeah. Wait. Oh man. Do you have a painting nearby that she's done?
No, not nearby.
Okay, no, don't worry about it then.
I can share some Instagram links with you, because the nonprofit's Farm Animal Refuge, and they help abused, neglected, and unwanted animals, and they post about her all the time. They have silent auctions with her. They have fundraisers. She paints at least 2-3 times a week. Yeah.
That's wild. And these are like pretty good artwork, is it not? Like it's like
pretty good is based on your expectations, right? She's an abstract painter, and yet there's still like one of the paintings they sent me looked like another pig. Her boyfriend, Sam, it looked like another pig. And I was like, that's weird. How did she do that? It was like unconscious. She's getting better.
Getting better every day.
But you can, I'm teaching my littlest one how to ride a skateboard right now. Her name is Curiosity. And I want to teach her how to paint, and you can teach them how to, there's dogs on TikTok and Instagram that paint flowers and all sorts of stuff. So yeah,
that's wild. I didn't know that. I'm going to check out that site, because sometimes we get so sucked into like our version of the algorithm, right? That we don't see the other parts. I think that would be so cool to see. Yeah. I didn't even know that existed.
It's wild. Like there's Bunny, the talking dog, or Stella, and they have all these talking buttons, and they put together like legit sentences like "Mom, tummy hurts," and I was like, "Holy!" And then they go throw up. It's like, what?
Okay, that's wild.
So, but all of these are possible for your dog. I want people to know too, as you're listening now, the average dog, and that's Pomeranians, Chihuahuas, Border Collies, German Shepherds, and everything in between. They can learn 165 words on average. Right? That's a lot of words.
Yeah, that's wow. The more you know.
Most people say their dogs can learn 20 or 30 words quite easily. You just don't understand how to associate them yet. And that's where I come in.
And that's, where you come in and help them. So what does that process look like when, well, first I have a question have you ever tried to train a dog that you just couldn't do? Like, it's just so difficult. They just resisted at any chance they got.
I believe every dog is trainable, and most people, well, the goal, what you want to focus on is starting off small, right? Start off at kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. A lot of times people just throw their dogs into like 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade problems, and their dog doesn't do well. And they're like, my dog can't learn, they're stubborn. And it's like, well, that's not the case. You've just given them too hard of an obstacle. We just got to break it down smaller. So I believe all dogs are capable of overcoming obstacles. And sometimes there are situations with aggressive dogs where the obstacle could be like getting them to enjoy wearing a muzzle and then being comfortable around other dogs. And sometimes it's giving them their own space because they just want to be in their own area too. So there's multiple solutions to any problem. It's more on the owner and their willingness to go through this. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they're running into some reactivity. And they're like, I don't know if I should just rehome her. Like, I wasn't anticipating all this. Like, it's just like too much for my life right now. And I was like, I understand. Like, I grew up, my family rehomed dogs all the time. And so when I got my dog, I made a promise that I will do whatever it takes to get them whatever it needs to be successful. That's just a promise I made. And I don't know who you are or anyone else listening right now, but if that is you, then you go find a mentor, you go find a teacher, you go find someone who's already done it, because there's no problem in this world that hasn't already been solved. Zero. Besides maybe some AI problems. That's like new stuff. But most other things have been figured out how to be solved. And if you just break down how to problem solve, you could figure out AI too, right? You know, you get a team of really smart people, more brains work better than one. And then you do whatever it takes, and you continue to iterate, and you continue to iterate, and you continue to iterate until you get your result.
That's true.
That's all it is.
I like the breaking it down into smaller, because sometimes we look at it, because we look at these problems and like big problems to begin with, right? It wouldn't be a problem if it weren't. And then breaking them down to manageable steps actually, I think, empowers you. It makes you feel like, to be honest, it's like, wait, like maybe this is actually possible, because sometimes the problem itself, it looks so big and it's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. But when you start breaking it down, you can actually get actionable steps. And I think that's the key, is you want to feel like you can actually take action and get the result that you want to solve the problem in the first place.
100%. And sometimes it's just asking people to go train for 5 minutes, to go on a 5-minute walk. And then once you get going, you're like, oh, this feels pretty good. I can keep doing it. And so it's just getting started. Once you're going, you're going.
Exactly. How'd you get into this? Like, just this space, like the dog training and all that.
Very interesting.
Long story.
It's as long or as short as I want to make it, because I worked at In-N-Out, I worked at Apple, Tiffany & Co., Amazon, providing financial assistance to people with cancer. I've done a bunch of different jobs. And then in 2019, at this financial assistance place, I was the last one hired. So that meant I was the first one fired. And so they laid me off in 2019, and I was like, shoot. And my dog at this time was 2 years old, and we had worked through a bunch of obstacles. Like the first 6 months were really challenging. I don't know if anyone listening here now is at that place with their dog, but I remember I went to go hang out with friends, and I left him in my room. He was like 5 months, 6 months old. And I came home, and like the first thing that hit me was the smell. And I was like, shoot, something's wrong, like my spidey senses. And then I opened my door, and I noticed there's like a chunk of carpet missing. And I'm like, oh, there's my deposit. That's $1,000. And there was like 4 piles of poop. And I was like, oh, I feel really bad. Like this is terrible. And then my dad's Father's Day present was in my closet, and he like ate through 3 boxes to like rip through. And I was like, that's probably why your stomach was upset, because you're like eating random stuff. And he ate my Tim Ferriss Tools of Titans book. Like he ate the first 45 pages. And I was like, I hadn't even started reading that. You couldn't eat like the old books?
The one book you haven't read.
And so
That's
like
wild.
all of this just stacked on top of each other. And I had been having a hard six months anyways. Well, I guess it had only been like 2-3 months at this point. And I don't know if anyone here has like been through that. Do you have a dog, Josh?
I do not, but I
Okay.
do like them. So
They're cool. I like them too. They're spiritual guides. But yeah, so I was like, I need help. And so I went out and found a mentor. Her name is Susan Garrett. And I signed up for all of her programs. I signed up for her crate training, crate games, her recallers program, her agility nation, like everything. Not all at the same time. Like I started off with crate training and then recallers, and I've built up, but it was a journey. And from that journey, I transformed my dog. And then my friends were like, how'd you do this? And I was like, well, I'm just playing games with them. And so I started showing them the games, helping friends and family. And then coming back to when I got laid off, I had been doing this for like a year and a half and I'd gotten good at it. And I was like, well, let's see if I can start charging people money for this. So then I started charging like $25 a lesson. And
it worked.
It worked, right? Like I just started like getting referrals, grassrooting, just like putting my name out there. And then COVID happened and then like shut down everything. And I was like, wow, just when I started like kind of figuring it out, it's like no more in-person meetings. And I was like, how do you train a dog without meeting them in person?
How did you do that?
Yeah. That's like a whole nother journey. Cause then I had to learn, like I learned from Russell Brunson, like making programs and making a website and Zoom calls. And luckily working from Apple, you get very good at describing to people where things are, like in the bottom center of the screen. So I was like, all right, give the dog the treat like in this location, because location is very important and sequence is also very important. So I'm like, wave your hand, now say search, and then toss a treat on the ground. So there's some little nuances.
Just figuring out, like building out the processes so you could honestly stay afloat, right, during the COVID and all that.
Yeah. It's great because I help people online now and I feel much more comfortable now doing it, especially as we're doing so much virtual stuff anyways. It's like, okay, we can work through this. And I can make videos and I send them videos and then they text me questions. So it's like a whole process now.
That's cool. What would you say is the most common question your clients send you, like from those videos?
The most common question is typically, how do I get started?
Like, interesting.
That's like, it's always the hardest part. It's the hardest part for me. Like I do cold plunges. I said I did one this morning. It's not easy being like, brain, we're getting in this cold water. It's like, what's an easier way to do this?
So how do you talk yourself into it then, like getting yourself to do that?
Exactly. And so I just remind them of some of their goals, what their vision is, what do they want, who are they really? And I remind them that they have to be creative too, because getting a dog to start a behavior is the hardest part, in my opinion. Because if you're taking something, if I want a dog to stand on a box, right? They have no idea what this box means to them. So I have to start associating, using this law of association, that this box has a lot of value. And so sometimes I'll just like pick up the box, I'll set it down, and then I'll say cook, and then I'll hand them a treat. And they're like, And then I'll pick it up and I'll set it down and I'll say cook, and I'll hand them a treat. And they're like, And I'll pick it up, I'll put it down. And then they walk over to the box and then I was like, cook. And then I give them a treat. And then they like put a paw on the box and I say cook. And sometimes people, this is like that kindergarten, first grade, second grade type mentality. And whenever you're learning something new, you have to start off at kindergarten. Like it's just what you have to do. And so sometimes people have an expectation that their dog should just know this thing. And I have to remind them that it's our job to teach them. And their training is just a reflection of our teaching and our training.
That's true. Especially that last part, the training is a reflection of your, the result is like the reflection of your training. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, even just back to just us, I was thinking, like school teachers, it's like, okay, how I turned out is kind of a reflection of, all right, how good was I taught, right? Like how good, and especially in different skills, it's like, okay, you can tell that person had maybe a great math teacher because they excel at math, right? They built that confidence, right? Started small and they enjoy it. Whereas maybe the person that just despises math, sucks at it, all that, maybe had some rough patches right along the way, and maybe they're just not designed that way to begin with, but who knows?
Yeah, I like to believe that my general belief is that all humans can learn, all humans can grow. Everybody's capable of learning new skills. And how you do that is you go find better and better mentors, leaders that are inspiring to you. So that was what I really excel at, is I go out and find I have like 4 coaches right now. I have a speaking coach, a singing coach, because I want to learn how to sing. I have a business coach, and I have a relationship coach. So I go find people in different areas that are already excelling. And I say, can I have your secrets? Because I have more money than I have time right now.
That's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah. But at first I had more time than I had money. So like a lot of this dog training stuff, I watched all the videos. I read the books. I did the research. I did all of it. And I tell people, if you don't have the money, then you have the time, right? So you go do the homework, or you pay someone to save you decades.
It's a good approach. I like that. And so how do you go about finding your mentors then, for someone that maybe be struggling finding a mentor to begin with?
Yeah. So I saw you nod when I mentioned Tim Ferriss. Do you like Tim Ferriss?
I've had a few people recommend his book to me. So I was like, all right, it's on my queue to listen to. I use Audible. So
imagine this. Imagine you your 5 best friends tell you that they want to take you shopping and go buy you new clothes. And you're like, okay, this is interesting. And they're like, you don't have to buy any of it. You just have to make us one promise. And you're like, what's the promise? You just have to try it on and see if you like it. Okay. Now, if you get something 5 times in a row from someone and you're like, I don't know if I like it, but they gave it to you 5 times, maybe you should check it out and just be like, maybe that's something on me. I should look at that for myself, but sometimes someone gives you something and you're like, no, I don't like it. And they're like, you're right. That doesn't match you.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, go try out people, go read a book, go listen to a podcast, go to a seminar. You don't have to join everything forever. You have the ability to step away from whatever things you like or don't like. So I've tried a lot of different mentors, and I've said no to a lot, and I've said yes to a few. And so I feel like it's all just trying on different outfits.
I like that analogy, like just the trying on. So I guess when it comes to people, trying out the people, if you get feedback do you get feedback from other people then saying, hey, like kind of like those 5 best friends, like, hey, this person's clicking with you? Is that the approach then?
Yeah, I will go find 5 people that I respect and I go, hey, who do you listen to? Like, what podcasts, what books do you read? What do you do? What hobbies do you have? And just start asking questions.
That right there, right? The asking questions. You'll learn so much.
Yeah.
I mean, even just doing this podcast, I've found that you have to almost approach everything with curiosity and just ask great questions to begin with, because then you can get some cool details, cool people that come on, and just you learn fascinating stuff, and you kind of get I found that like you get like a mesh of ideas. So like there's things I'm learning from you right now. It's like, okay, I like this point. There may be some things I'm like, right, just kind of throw it out the back, like, okay, went through one ear, went through the other. Yeah. And there's other guests, right, same deal. But then that kind of accumulates and kind of forges your own identity, I guess, in some shape or form.
Yeah. And identity is powerful. It's the most powerful thing in human nature, because we will do things and we won't do things that align with our identity.
I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, if you're an outgoing person or if you're an introvert, you're going to either go to a party or avoid a party based on what you tell yourself about yourself. If you believe that you're good at something, or if you believe that you're bad at something, guess what? You're right.
So how do you get good at something if you're initially bad at it and you want to be good at it? Because that's something, I mean, I'll just admit that I will struggle with at times. It's like, you see other people that are doing excellent work at something you want to do. And it's like, hey, I want to kind of be like that. I want to do great work. But, you put forward that initial time and effort and you're like, man, I suck at this, right? Just to be completely honest. And you want to be good, but how do you balance that?
I want to say I'm having a lot of fun talking to you, Josh. This is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. I think these questions are brilliant because it is so applicable to all areas of life. It applies to dog training. It applies to anything. And Truthfully, the first thing I do when I want to learn something new is I ask myself, why? Why do I want to learn this thing? How is it going to make my life better? Like, what is it bringing to my life? Like singing, I'm taking singing lessons. I hate singing, bro. I hate it. My friends took me out karaoke like 2 months ago. I ran away. Okay. I did not want to do it. I ran away. I didn't want to do it. So then I'm like, oh, okay. If I can't, I must. And so I found that I have to go find someone who's already good at it and be like, humbly help me. And then you got to do the work. And then this is where dog training comes in, because you can condition yourself to enjoying the work. So with jiu-jitsu, it kind of sucks when you're a white belt. I'm a blue belt now, but a white belt, your only job is to survive, which means you're getting tapped out, submitted, choked out, arm barred 5 to 20 times a class. And
I bet that's humbling.
It is. It sucks. It's very sucky. And after jiu-jitsu, I go get a burrito because I love burritos. So I'm like, okay, it's not as bad anymore. I did the hard thing and now I get to reward myself with like a good thing. And so I set up moments in life where I have to do the hard thing and then I reward myself for doing the hard thing. And then guess what? Doing the hard thing becomes fun because I reward myself. And I also honor the words and the commitment I have to myself, because that's also very important for self-worth and value for yourself. Does that make sense?
I like that last part. The honor what you say, like stick to your own word to yourself. Like, we all want to, right? When we say something to someone else, we want to deliver on that. But if you say something to yourself, it's like, deliver on it. we sometimes neglect that. And I'm going to try that too. I'm going to implement that.
Is there something you want to learn?
Right now I would say, I have been learning a little bit of chess just online and stuff. Yeah. And so it's a fun little hobby, but it's kind of my own thing. I keep to myself. It's fun, but
brilliant. Why do you play chess?
Well, I like the one thing I'd say I like about it is I crave the challenge, but also like knowing that I'm directly responsible. So like if you make a bad move, for example, like it kind of trains that instinct. Like, so in my mind, it's like, oh my goodness, like this sucks, right? You want to blame something else. But in chess, it's like, man, dude, I just made a bad move. Like this just sucks. I'm going to lose. And just playing repeatedly over and over, like it kind of has actually helped me a little bit, because it's like, okay, like it's okay to like screw up, because I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist at times. And it's like, I didn't even realize just playing that's helped. But for me, it's like, okay, you make a bad move. So what? Like you still have the rest of the game. And then there's the fun part where you learn like the strategies and openings, all that. But
yeah. How long have you been playing for?
So I started about like 6 months ago. So
okay. So it's pretty fresh.
Yeah, it's still fresh. So that's what I've also noticed. Like those first 3 months, it's like that euphoric high because it's new. But then there's that 3 months where it's like, okay, wait, like you kind of start to evaluate and say, oh, all right, like, is this something I actually want to do? Is this something I enjoy? And so far the answer is yes. So
that's brilliant. And those are good conversations to have. Like, it's good to like check these things. And then also, if you can't, you must. So if you're just like losing and you're like, I just hate this thing, it's like, you're not doing it because you don't like you don't like it because you're not good at it, which means you got to go learn skills to get better at it. And so that's what I go tell people. Do you have any mentors for chess? There's a ton of mentors.
I've started online, and I think that's probably like I've looked at like local clubs and stuff, just because I think I've gotten to the point where you pretty much can beat like just anyone sitting down. They know the basic rules. I could probably beat most of those people.
Cool.
But now I'm to the point where like you're actually playing people that know what the heck they're doing. And it's like, yeah, I'm getting wrecked. And
yeah.
So I got to figure out, some of those things as well.
Why do you want to?
Well, I don't know. I want to excel. That's something, right? Like I crave the challenge, right? Of And then we're like, I know I'm better than enough people, right? Because I've won enough times. I'm like, okay, like let's learn a little bit more. Then I guess that gives me the willingness to try even more.
Yeah, so you want to excel so you can continue learning and growing. That's what it sounds
Exactly.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, it's chess is never ending. You got beginning game, middle game, end game strategy. I like Josh Waitzkin and the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer. That one's like a fun book. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of that. Yeah. I'm starting to get introduced to some of those, the older
lore,
legends,
yes.
right? Yeah.
So much lore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot. Like I know the recent stuff, but now like you start diving and you're like, whoa, like there's a lot of like backstory. Yeah, just lore.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So much. It's so cool. Even jujitsu, like I tried out a new gym the other day and the guy was telling us like the backstory, and I was like, dang, there's so much stuff that I didn't know. Like, what the heck? I gotta go read some
like
more
what?
books. Like how the school was started and jujitsu and like some of the stuff I know, like UFC and the going in there and beating everyone up, but there was just some little details like what was one that he said? See, I don't even remember him now. This is the challenge. That's why I downloaded a memory app so I can improve my memory. Because I was like, I'm sick and tired of not remembering people's names sometimes or things that I've heard.
You and I might share the same brain. For me, like I can remember like the most minuscule details that blow people's mind. But then like when it comes to names, I just kind of look at people with a blank stare and like, I know ya, but like I have no clue what your name is.
Yeah. It sucks. It's like, I don't care enough about you to know your name. It's like, that's not true though.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's not. It's like, no, trust me, we've been through enough that I know that you're important, but like just doesn't click in the brain yet.
Yeah. So associations are important. I tell people Brady like the bunch or like Tom. So that helps people. And then Josh, you'd be like Jolly Josh.
Oh, cool. I get that's awesome. That's a good way to remember names.
Yeah, that's like a little trick, but there's better things in this app that I'm learning. So when I find out more, I'll send you an email.
Yeah, for sure. Do that. What's the name of the app? Just off the
bat. Memory OS. It's done by a 2-time memory champion. And I signed up for a free 7-day trial and it's pretty cool. I memorized the first 50 digits of pi yesterday in like 30 minutes. I could tell you the first 50 digits of pi right now.
Do it. No, you got to do it, man. Like I'm calling you out here.
Oh, it's funny. You can go and look up the first. My brother did this and he was like, wow, you actually did it. But it's funny. It's all based on associations and it shows how powerful your brain is. So it goes that I pull up to the front door and Thor and Adele greet me. Thor is 14. Adele is 15. So the first 4 numbers are 14, 15. They take me into the room that I'm in now. There's no piano in here, but in my mind, there's a piano. Adele's playing the piano, playing a song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Piano is 92 and Chili is 65. So after that, she takes me to the bathroom and she shows me her mole named Phoebe. Mole is 35 and Phoebe is 89. After that, we go to, how am I doing? Am I getting it right?
I mean,
okay, you're just listening to the story. I'm right. I know I'm right, but anyway.
I know the first digits are right. So I know it was 3.1415. That's about the extent I know. But so I know you were legit off the bat, but I'm sure some of the listeners can confirm.
92, yeah. Anywho, yeah, I could go through the whole story because the next room I go into, there's a cube with a moon on it, and cube translates to 79, and moon is 32. Some of them I know faster than others. And then there's a mafia in our living room, and there's a McDonald's arch in there with them. And mafia is going to be 38, and arch is going to be 46. So each one of these letters have a sound associated to them. like 1 through 9. And so like, then you create a story in your head. And so we're at what? We're at 23 right now.
Oh yeah. Cause two for each one.
22.
Yeah.
Anywho. So yeah, I won't bore anyone else, but it is
cool.
very cool how like the brain, you can create this whole story and then I just got to translate it, and I'm getting faster and faster at translating it. And I'm enjoying sharing these things. So I'm associating a lot of like value, kind of like you said, like I like community is really cool to go play, show your skills, see how good you are, go get some merit. And then you go and learn more and you get better. And the fun part too, is you say like these mentors, like I want to be like them. I always had that belief too. And then I had one mentor. I love Tony Robbins or Ryan Holiday. Tim Ferriss is very cool too. And he's like, that's cool. By the time you're where I'm at, I'm going to be 20 steps ahead of you. And I was like, damn, they're so right. Like there's always someone better than you. And that's the humbling part of just stay a student. Just keep learning, keep growing.
Yeah, the competitive nature of me kind of I think everyone, right, has that competitive nature that just you're like, oh, I'm finally going to beat them. And then they're sitting there like, well, it took you 10 years to finally get to that point where I was sharing information. Congratulations. That was 10 years. I also was doing stuff as well.
Exactly. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Well, Brady, I don't want to take any more of your time. Thank you for coming on today. Just real quick, if people want to reach out to you, find you, book a time with you, whatever it may be, what's the best way they can do that?
Yeah, the best way, you can go to my website or my Instagram. So my website is newdirectiondogtraining.com. And my Instagram is N like new, D like direction, dog training. So ND dog training. And like I said, I'm sharing videos of me training my dog to ride a skateboard. We're going to start painting. I need to buy this stuff off Amazon. And
that's cool. Please send me a video of that one.
I will. I'm very excited. And like, who knows what's going to happen, but I will continue to iterate and get it and make it fun, because that's the key to life, is keeping it fun.
Awesome. I couldn't agree more. Well, Brady, thank you for coming on today. I appreciate the time you came and the wisdom and knowledge that you've shared. So thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
All right, everyone. As you can tell, that is Brady Foulk. He's a very intelligent person, has great things to share. I challenge you guys, if anything spoke to you, to reach out to him. I'm sure he would be happy to help you and get that training. Stay tuned till next week. We have a great guest lined up for you guys. See you guys next week, and let's get after it. Hey everyone, if you liked this episode and would like to hear more, be sure to hit that subscribe or follow button. We release a new episode every Wednesday for you guys to listen to. Thank you guys so much for the support that you give. We could not have done this without you guys. If you would like to be a potential guest on the show, check out intelligentconvos.com and fill out the form there. Thank you guys again, and let's get after it.